Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's going to do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, as the Mavericks look to work the home court advantage. This is the first game in the Warriors' road trip. They like their chances, but this could be a tough game for them. Facing up against a talented roster, they'll have to show that they're the better team.
This team has already played well, and it really believes that it can get business taken care of on the road, too. So they don't have any worries when they go away.
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Lee comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Parsons. And Freak subbed in for Williams. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Barnes and Green are the forward set. Barbosa is out there with Steph Curry. And it's Spates in at the center position.
And guys, as remarkable as Steph Curry's offensive game is, I think what's underrated is how he competes on the defensive end of the floor. I mean, not the strongest nor most explosive player, but he continues with activity and plays with tremendous effort.
Mavericks trail by 4. Freak with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee. Inside. Here's Lee, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green. To kind of take that starting power forward role and give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
Greg, you're talking about David Lee, the 2-time All-Star. Pretty much a starter most of his career, though. A big change, Clark, as he came off the bench this past season after he was injured in the preseason.
Yeah, you know, you think about his game, though, Kevin. Highly skilled, mobile, smart. Gives you energy and scoring. I think he's ideal coming off the bench.
That's good. And here are the Warriors now. They trail by 1. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Passes it to Smooth. Launches a 3. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. 6 points for Freak. The Warriors shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Green with a screen for Curry. They kick it out to Green. Matthews with the rebound.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Outside, Green. Wide open shot is on the money. Green's got 6.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
McGee a screen. Dishes to Lee. Jumper off the screen and all around the rim that time before dropping in. 6 points for him.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Barbosa dishes to Green. 6 on the shot clock, and stolen by Felton. It's stolen by Green, and here we go. Pass to Spates. Can't get it to go. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. And now a 5-point Maverick lead. And so it's Golden State with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Barbosa kicks to Green. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Smooth. No good on the buzzer beater. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long... Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. So the Mavericks will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Lee comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Matthews, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And Freak subbed in for J.J. Barea. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Harrison Barnes. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Barbosa in for Steph Curry. Smooth, he's in at the point. JaVale McGee is out there with David Lee. Then there's Felton. And it's Matthews in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks played just phenomenally. He finished with 13 points, and the basket seemed pretty big to him. He didn't miss a whole lot all night. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Got a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Now off the inbound. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's going to be on Leandro Barbosa.
You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
And so he makes both from the line. For the Mavs, and that 70% shooting from 12 feet and in. A lot of Dirk high posts and push shots from their guards will do that.
It isn't the most efficient shot by analytics, but there is a lot to be had in the mid-range. If teams only protect the 3 and the rim, you can feast on them with the little short push shots. And the Mavs did that last season.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second. Well, some really terrific numbers for Freak. 15 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an important part of his game today. It's really spaced the floor.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Wants to get it to Matthews and does. Can't get it to go.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
Green gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Green's got 10. Mavericks trail by 3. The dish now to Freak. From outside, off the mark. Warriors have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice, efficient 50%. Barbosa with it. Matthews covering. Thompson for the triple. The shot, no good. Nice D from Smooth.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Outside, Green. They double him with Freak. Whistle blows if that's going to be a travel. Let's take a look at some of the leaders of the NBA. These point guards have been shooting lights out during the last month. Freak, number 1. Third is Stephen Curry.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
In addition to being unbelievably gifted shooters. I mean, these guys have some of the smoothest, sweetest strokes in the NBA, which means they have some of the best strokes in the world.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Dallas.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Golden State's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Green, no luck.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Thompson. Rush the pass to Green. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism part. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
1:36 left now here in the second. Thompson with it. Now Felton defending. Thompson dishes to Rush. Goes up the baseline. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Thompson. 5th in scoring, and he's a defensive ball hog. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Now here's Freak, covered by Barbosa. Smooth shot is off. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
To the wing right side. From deep. Good D by Thompson. The Warriors trailing. Now here is Barbosa. He's got 6 on the wing. Green. Here's Spates. And it's Golden State with another. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
McGee a screen. Here's Smooth. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second. to spare.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. Welcoming you back. So both teams making some changes here. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Draymond Green is out there with Maurice Spates. And it's Curry in at the 5.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And as we end the third quarter. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas, Smooth, he's in at point guard. JaVale McGee is out there with Matthews. Then there's Pachulia. Then it's Felton in at the shooting guard position. Curry's shot is good.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Steps back and shoots. No luck.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
And the shot falls short this time.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Felton kicks to Freak. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over the back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And Curry, here we go. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. And it's Matthews with the jam.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam?
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
No clue where that pass.
A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. They get a hand on it. And Thompson kicks to Green from 11 feet away. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Green. Green's got assist number 8 now on the night. Mavericks trail by 18.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Warriors.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Well, you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
In what should be an exciting 4-game season series between these two teams, they have to feel great about taking this first one tonight against the Mavericks.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Stephen Curry. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much. To keep him from dropping it in.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his 4th foul of the contest. A different look for Dallas. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Lee comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Anderson in for Parsons. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Andre Iguodala. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Green. And Ian Clark subbed in for Klay Thompson. Here's Clark, defended by Smooth. Spates sets a screen. Here's Clark. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And so Clark nails both of them. And so it's Dallas with it. Here's Freak. The three ball misses the shot. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control.
Yes, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.